Hello, beautiful people. It's Cinderella. Welcome to the channel. Today we're back again with another video. Still on the Blake Lively and the Justin Baldoni situation. We're gonna check this. So the Joe Rogan has entered the chart, and it seems like Joe Rogan have got something to say. And lots of you all know that Joe Rogan is one of the biggest, or has one of the biggest, for highest following or largest following in terms of podcast. And yeah, now that the conversation has gotten lots of people talking, or lots of people have been talking about this, and now that it's on the Joe Rogan's podcast, I guess interesting. So yeah, we're gonna be checking this together. So there's an article from TMZ and also Daily Mail that we're also gonna check together, and possibly we're gonna check the video together to hear what they've got to say as well. Let's dive right in. So here is the video. Apparently the video is on TMZ. So we're gonna check the video together, and we're also gonna read what the article on TMZ. Let's check it out together. So this is it. Play.
You've been following the Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively thing?
Bro, Blake Lively, talk about ruin your reputation, and Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, they fucked up. Ryan's trying to get out of it now. He's
Yeah.
trying to get out of the lawsuit, and they're like, you were a key part of this.
This is what you get, though. This is what you get. You're trying to fucking ruin a guy's livelihood by using the Me Too movement.
Because they were trying to take over the movie.
Yeah.
They were trying to take over the movie and the whole franchise. He owned the franchise.
You see? Now, lots of people like really, and this is exactly before now. Sorry, I had to pause it here. Before now, we've already said that lots of people really need to get involved and got talking about this, especially men, because the kind of allegations, I mean, SH claims to a man in 2025 in this day and age, men really need to start speaking up, because lots of men who's been falsely accused of something, and some people don't even have the chance to clear their name. And just like this, if the media, or without the help of social media and everything that is going on, and if Justin Baldoni hadn't spoken up, whether with him being put under in the basement and all that, that's how the entire world, or people, or Hollywood, the entire Hollywood would have believed that it was true, that Justin Baldoni is whatever he's been attached to it. But thank goodness, he had the receipts. He had what, I mean, in his lawsuit, the timeline, you can see that, like the backup, you can see that, okay, yeah, he already knew that something was up. Maybe, just maybe, it was his wife that was like, nah, dude, something ain't right. And this, men need to speak up. And thank goodness, Joe Rogan podcast picked this up. Let's continue.
ruin a guy's livelihood by using the Me Too movement.
Because they were trying to take over the movie.
Yeah.
They were trying to take over the movie and the whole franchise. He owned the franchise.
They're fucked.
The whole
man.
thing's crazy.
They're fucked.
Yeah.
And he's suing the New York Times, and he's got a great case
He's
there,
going hard
too.
in the paint. But
He
that's
should.
what it takes.
That's what it takes.
It's like Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
He's like, all right.
Yeah.
He did for the boys.
Exactly. You got to do it.
You need real motherfuckers to be like, nah, man, I ain't going out like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially a guy like that. It was like known as being like this really sweet, nice guy.
Yep.
And then it's like, all right,
Dude,
enough.
he posted the receipts.
Oh,
He's
the
like, oh,
receipts are
remember our
crazy.
tech exchange? Bah, bah,
Well, how about
bah,
she
bah.
told him to to come into the dressing room while she was
Yes.
breastfeeding,
With a fun
and then
ass.
part of the complaint was that he came into the dressing room while I was breastfeeding. Like, you literally have a text exchange back and forth. They just never thought that anybody was going to come out with the receipts.
Exactly.
Because no one's ever done it. Because everyone usually just bows
Because everyone's
down.
scared.
Yeah.
Because Ryan Reynolds A-list, Blake Lively A-list. Like, don't, they're the queen.
Oh,
20,
look, it's 20
Exactly. Like everyone is afraid to speak up, because obviously, because of the couples, the Reynolds couples, right? And most especially, just imagine if Justin Baldoni didn't bring evidence, or put whatever with a timeline in his lawsuit. He would have been labeled what, and is, I mean, just like Ryan Reynolds is saying, oh, Justin Baldoni is a sexual predator. But I mean, dude, the backup claim, the text message exchanges and all that, or text message exchange and all that, you can see. You can see. So, I mean, just imagine they did not expect him to speak up because, I mean, he's been taking it. I mean, they literally sent this man to his to the basement of his movie premiere. Think about it. But yeah, it is really, really messed up situation, and they just did not think or did not expect him to fight back. But yeah, let's read what TMZ have got to say. TMZ, Joe Rogan, Blake, and Ryan effed up with their Baldoni lawsuit. Rogan is riding hard for Justin Baldoni, tearing into Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds for lawyering up against him. It all went down on the Rogan experience over the weekend, where Joe called out Blake and Ryan for screwing up big time. His guest Brandon Sharp agreed, saying the backlash they're getting is well earned for trying to weaponize the Me Too movement against Baldoni. Joe slammed Blake and Ryan for trying to hijack It Ends With Us, the movie where all this drama started, saying, plain and simple, it's Baldoni's film and his production company. Wayfair Studios own the rights to the film and its sequel. Okay? Okay, we're gonna check this. There's also another video. Rogan said Baldoni had a solid case against Blake and Ryan, while told Shaw took it up a notch, comparing it to Johnny Depp's legal war against Amber Heard and praising Baldoni for doing it for the boys. Listen, lots of guys really need to speak up regarding this, because imagine this: Justin Baldoni is a man, and this is a woman accusing a man. Now think about it. Think about it. Imagine how many innocent men that potentially have been accused or wrongfully accused for something they did not do, and some did not even have the chance to prove their innocence, just because we are told to believe all women, or believe a woman when a woman cries out. Think about it. Because one, I mean, people, lots of people are saying, oh, believe all women should also apply to this case. Yeah, it applies. But again, believe the fact, believe the truth. Okay? And let's not forget that women tell lies too. And people say, oh, women supporting women. And if you're not supporting a woman, or if you're not supporting Blake Lively in this case, you are a misogynist, whatever. Yeah. Believe all women until it applies to, or until the man that is being accused is your brother, your sister, your brother, your nephew, your uncle, your dad, or your cousin, or somebody in your family. Then you know that it does not apply to everybody, right? Right. Keep up the work. You're doing an incredible job. So yeah, I urge all men to speak up, whether you whatever, because this, imagine, like, the imagine when she filed first, or when a lawsuit came up first, lots of people like practically believed her to say, oh yeah, they are standing up for her, and I get it. But now with Justin Baldoni's countersuit and with the websites, come on guys. Joe acknowledged Blake's claim that Baldoni entered her room while she was breastfeeding, but pointed out Baldoni had receipts showing she had literally asked him via text to come in. Mhm. Reagan wrapped it up by touching Blake and Ryan for rolling in with their lawsuit, thinking their Hollywood clout would keep them untouchable. As you know, Baldoni dropped some heavy lawsuit, including $400 million case against Blake and Ryan and Leslie Sloan, accusing them of launching a full-on smear campaign to wrestle control of It Ends With Us out of his hands. Of course, Blake fired the first legal shot back in December, alleging Baldoni sexually harassed her on set and later weaponized the media to tarnish her name. Okay, that's the end. Okay, this is a video. Let's play this video.
Joe Rogan has taken a position on Blake Lively versus Justin Baldoni. As you know, lawsuit, countersuit, countersuit. They have gone back and forth. We have said all along, this is a PR war. Joe Rogan has weighed in, and he has a position.
Yeah, he's on his podcast with Brendan Schaub, who's a former UFC fighter, podcaster. They both discussed it.
You've been following the Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively thing?
Bro, Blake Lively, talk about ruin your reputation, and Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, they up. Ryan's trying to get out of it now. He's trying to get out of the lawsuit, and they're like, you were a key part of this.
This is what you get, though. This is what you get. You're trying to ruin a guy's livelihood by using the Me Too movement.
Because they were trying to take over the movie.
Yeah.
They were trying to take over the movie and the whole franchise.
Posted the receipts.
Oh,
he's like,
receipts
"Oh, remember
are
our
crazy.
tech exchange?" Bah, bah,
How about
bah,
she told
bah.
him to, to come into the dressing
Exactly.
room while she was breastfeeding?
They
And
never
then
thought
part of the
anybody was
complaint
going
was
to
that
come
he
out
came
with
into
a
the
receipt,
dressing
or
room while I was
Justin Baldoni
breastfeeding.
had
Like,
receipt
you
or
literally
the
have a
text
text
message
exchange back and forth.
They never
They just never
expected it
thought that
because,
anybody was going
a
to come
man-
out with the receipts.
Because no one's ever done it. Because everyone usually
He's
just
a
bows
Because
nobody.
everyone's
down.
scared.
Yeah, I mean,
Joe
nobody
Rogan
freaking
is a
knows
really
him
curious-
in Hollywood, so you might as well just suck it up, accept, and agree that his career is done for good. But he's smart, and he's also got a beautiful wife that is standing beside him to say, "Nah, dude, you have to stick up for yourself. Stand up. Keep the receipts."
That anybody was going to come out with the receipts.
Because no one's ever done it. Because everyone usually just
Exactly.
bows
Because everyone's
down.
scared.
Joe Rogan is a really curious guy, and he's a good interviewer. I am shocked that he is in the weeds on this story. I don't know why.
Seems like he's watching your show.
Well, he's reading something because he knows this case. I mean, I don't know why I didn't think Joe Rogan gave a crap about it, but he seems to know this story really well.
Apparently, a lot of people do based off the traffic on your site.
Well, that's true.
It's kind of like the new Amber Heard versus Johnny
Yes.
Depp,
Yeah.
where
Thinking the same
people
thing.
take a hard side. But the thing is I don't think this case is that clear cut. I know people have strong views about it, but if you actually read all the documents from both Blake's side and Justin's side,
Which almost no one does.
True, but even for example, remember we got that footage of the dancing scene where they both had different takes on what that dancing scene meant to them and how they felt. You could see both sides. You could watch the video and see, okay, I can see how Justin would feel that way. And then you could watch it again and be like, oh, I can see how Blake would feel.
Blake's own version made it seem like, oh, Justin Baldoni is a creep. That was the intent, or that was her version. And then when you hear it, you say, oh, wait, he smells so good, it smells so good, and she smells so good. So, I mean, it was it. It smells so good. Your spray tan smells so good. Not you. But again, she couldn't stand up for herself, right? During the dancing scene. Yeah, for people who say, okay, for which almost nobody does, I took my time to read the lawsuit, the countersuits, both. Right? I did. I created that time to do it. Because, yeah, I wanted to get to the bottom of it to understand what exactly was going on. And really, the fact that she, in the video, in another clip of the video that was released, the dancing scene, the montage, she asked them, the videographer, to focus on her sparkling heels, but she couldn't say a word, couldn't say or tell him that she was uncomfortable. She was pointing the lights and all that, the lighting and all that, but you couldn't even say, oh, you're uncomfortable, or please, or don't kiss me, in a polite manner or whatever, because there were cameras there, right? But you were uncomfortable, but you were comfortable to tell the cameraman or the videographer to focus on your shoe, the highlights of your shoe, the sparkling of your shoe, but you weren't comfortable to speak up when you were uncomfortable with the situation or the dancing situation, right? And let's not forget the fat shaming also.
How Blake would feel that as well. So it's not that clear cut. It's kind of like, how do you discredit someone's feelings, And remember, Blake did say that
feelings aren't facts. Feelings aren't fact. You can feel uncomfortable and not be uncomfortable. Their feelings aren't facts. Let's stop that. Because now they want to justify that, oh, she felt uncomfortable. Yeah, you felt uncomfortable, right? You couldn't speak up. But your shoe, you were bold enough to tell the videographer to focus on your shoe, the highlight of your shoe, the sparkling of your shoe. Please, you guys are trying to give this woman credit, too much credit.
A couple other people that were involved in the cast that also felt like Justin, kind of sexually harassed them as well. So, when you take everything in, it's not that clear cut.
So, Charlie, have you ever heard of Rashomon?
No, is that a food?
No, it's not a food. That's ramen. Rashomon was a Japanese director who did movies where he would show the way people in the same scene viewed that scene. And depending on where they stood and what their sensibilities were, they would see it all very differently. And that's the way he would shoot it. He's really interesting. That's what this is. That you've got, like you said, the dancing scene. They each perceive it very differently. And it doesn't necessarily mean one person is right and one person is wrong, but the perceptions are radically different. And it's left to the audience to decide which side they believe in most. And I think the audience so far, at least at this point, is viewing it in Justin Baldoni's favor. The thing that is the most surprising to me is how Ryan Reynolds got dragged into this. And
well, he's a part of it. It seems like for good reason,
But people
right?
didn't know that at first, and it seemed like it was really just Blake versus...
Yeah.
But now, Ryan Reynolds is in thick.
Right.
And
he seemed to be one of
Teflon.
the coolest,
Yeah.
smartest, funniest, most charming people in all of Hollywood who everybody loved. And now it feels like there's this whole thing. Even when he was on the SNL 50th anniversary,
Right.
they joked about it, and that was the only time we've seen him publicly. But Ryan Reynolds' stock seems to have gone way down.
it has, and that's what's shocking to me.
Hi, I'm Nikki from Chicago, and I disagree. I think it is pretty clear cut. I think that as somebody who read all the documents,
Thank
I know
you,
you said
Mom.
not a lot of people did, but I did. I think that Ryan and Blake started this war. Pretty clear cut. I think that as somebody who read all the documents, I know you said not a lot of people did, but I did. I think that Ryan and Blake started this war and are trying to gain power from an innocent, kind man. I've spent time with Justin. He's great. And this isn't Gossip Girl. Being famous doesn't excuse you from the consequences of your own actions. People aren't going to be believed because of what she did, and she needs to be held accountable. This is BS.
Shots fired. Wow.
Yeah, I've known Justin for about a decade, and the version of him that seems to be coming out as we learn more seems more in line with the version of him that I knew than the initial complaint about him.
Which is?
Which is a good guy who may be getting dragged unfairly.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Because, yeah, she needs to be held accountable. Because, listen, the version, okay, how did Ryan get dragged? He inserted himself here. He inserted himself in every way possible, which doesn't even make sense. Yeah, we get it. He said he's sticking up for his wife, right? Yeah, he's sticking up for his wife. But again, Justin Baldoni is being treated unfairly in this case. And judging from both angles, both sides, Blake made it seem like Justin Baldoni couldn't get his hands off her. But again, believe all women. So we're gonna read this from Daily Mail, the same story, the same thing, but we're gonna hear what read to know what Daily Mail have got to say on this. So this is the video. We're gonna play it together. We've already seen the video, but let's play it. Okay.
You've been following the Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively thing?
Bro, Blake Lively, talk about ruin your reputation, and Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, they up. Ryan's trying to get out of it now. He's trying to get out of the lawsuit, and they're like, you were a key part of this.
This is what you get, though. This is what you get. You're trying to ruin a guy's livelihood by using the Me Too movement.
Because they were trying to take over the movie.
He posted the receipts.
Oh,
he's like, oh.
Exactly. Because they thought, like, yeah, people are going to stick up to believe a woman or believe the woman in this case. But, I mean, It's a messed up situation that they did not expect was gonna go get this far.
Because they were trying to take over the movie.
He posted the receipts.
Oh,
He's like,
the
"Oh,
receipts are
remember our
crazy.
tech exchange? Bah, bah,
How about
bah,
she told
bah."
him to to come into the dressing room while she was breastfeeding,
The fun
and then
ass.
part of the complaint was that he came into the dressing room while I was breastfeeding. Like you literally have a text exchange back and forth.
Mm-hmm. This. This is the dancing. No, we're not gonna play that. So yeah, that's about it, and it's a good thing. Joe Rogan is talking about this because lots of guys really don't want to get invested in this and all that. They be like, well, it's a woman thing, a woman business, but I mean, it is not more of like a woman's business. It involves both sides and it affects the society. But yeah, it reads the article reads Joe Rogan had some strong words for Hollywood A-listers Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds as he sided with director Justin Baldoni in their ongoing legal battle. The podcaster spoke about the legal drama with comedian Braden Sharp on his Joe Rogan experience in an episode that aired on Saturday, where the two accused the celebrity couple of ruining their reputation. The effed up Rogan said, noting Ryan's trying to get out of it now. He's trying to get out of the lawsuit, and they are like, you're a key part of this. The whole thing's crazy, he continued as he accused Lively and Reynolds of trying to take over the movie and the whole franchise from the 41-year-old. Did he accuse them? I mean, from the timeline, you can even see it for yourself. Rogan also noted that the It Ends Results director is also suing the New York Times and he got a great case there too, he claimed. He went on to agree with Sharp, who claimed that Baldoni's only option is to go back to court and go hard in the paint if he wants to salvage his career. Especially a guy like that who is like known for being a really sweet, nice guy. And then he's like, all right, enough. Reagan said, praising the director of releasing what he called receipts, like text messages in response to his suit. Okay. I made the text messages that Baldoni released were one in which Lively invited him to a trailer while she was pumping, despite her letting her later accusing Baldoni of walking in on her while she was breastfeeding without her consent. You literally have a text exchange back and forth, Rogan said. They just never thought that anybody was going to come out with receipts, he said to this of the celebrity power couple, whom he claimed too many people in Hollywood would be scared to fight. The legal battle began in December. Okay, we already know this. We already know of this. And we already know of this. Ah, this is a cute couple. Aren't they cute? Okay, we already know this. I don't think there's anything new on here. So yeah, that's about it. And yeah, lots of people who know Justin Baldoni are starting to speak up about it. And I mean, but we can't even tell the same for Blake because I mean we're expecting at least somebody who knows her really well to come and say, "Oh, this is Blake," or "This is Blake." They know she can do it and all that, or they maybe, but it seems like that's not the case. And every time as it reveals or as it goes, you hear one story or you see Blake in an interview, and you be like, "This is the same person. It's just the same person. The person hasn't changed over the years." Not done the work. But yeah, let's just check this video. Same of Joe Rogan. We're just gonna play it together.
Baldoni, Blake Lively thing.
Bro, Blake Lively, talk about ruin your reputation, and Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, they fucked up. Ryan's trying to get out of it now. He's trying to get out of the lawsuit, and they're like, "You were a key part of this."
This is what you get, though. This is what you get. You're trying to fucking ruin a guy's livelihood by using the Me Too movement
Because they were trying to take over the movie.
Yeah.
They were trying to take over the movie and the whole franchise. He owned the franchise.
They're fucked,
The whole
man.
thing's crazy.
They're fucked.
And he's suing the New York Times, and he's got a great case
He's going
there,
hard in
too.
the paint. But
He
that's
should.
what it takes.
That's what it takes.
It's like Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
He's like, all right.
Yeah.
He did for the boys.
Exactly.
And yeah, exactly. Because just imagine being falsely accused and you're told not to clear your name or not to prove your innocence. Does it make sense?
You got to do it.
You need real motherfuckers to be like, nah, man, I ain't going out like this.
Yeah, especially a guy like that. It was like known as being like this really sweet, nice guy.
Yep.
And then it's like, all right,
Dude,
enough.
he posted the receipts.
Oh,
He's
the
like, oh,
receipts are
remember our
crazy.
tech exchange? Bah, bah,
How about
bah,
she
bah.
told him to to come into the dressing room while she was breastfeeding,
With fun
and then
ass.
part of the complaint was that he came into the dressing room while I was breastfeeding. Like you literally have a text exchange back and forth. They just never thought that anybody was going to come out with the receipts
Because no one's ever done it. Because everyone usually just bows
because everyone's
down.
scared.
Yeah.
Because Reynolds A-list, Blake Lively A-list. Like, don't they're the queen and the king. Baldoni.
Exactly. They didn't expect him to have the receipts or so much receipts or to come to say, oh, yeah, um, what you just said, the version of what you said is not true. And the way they made it seem like, oh, he is such a bad guy. He is really a bad guy, and made lots of people think, he's a bad guy. Until people be like, wait, something ain't right. And then only for us to discover that he was literally sent down to the basement with his family, treated like trash in his own movie premiere. But yeah, let me know what you think. Obviously, it's a good thing that Rogan is speaking up regarding this, and also like lots of people I mean, now that Joe Rogan has said it on his podcast and all that, lots of people are now like, okay, it's getting real. It's becoming real because I mean, these people with Hollywood, how long are you gonna get away with this, or how long do you want to put up with this and get away with? It's not helping. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. What do you think about this so far on Jurgen speaking on this? I'll love your thoughts and your contribution in the comments below. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and all that stuff. And until next time, see you in the next video.